everybody, I'm Kimberly Turner from cookingwithkimberly.com, and my mom is on the show tonight, Ingrid.
Hi.
And we're going to show you how to cook Moroccan chickpea soup with shredded duck and balsamic. Now, tonight we are using the meat that we had from a gorgeous duck that we did. We did a Napa Valley roasted trace citrus balsamic duck, and it was unreally delicious.
It was wonderful.
So we have the rest of the meat because it was quite a large duck, and that's going to go in our fantastic soup tonight. If you don't have duck and you want to use chicken, or you want to use turkey, or you want to use any other kind of bird, you may do so. Okay, so that's here, and I'm going to actually add that to each bowl separately, just in case we don't have a whole bunch, right?
Yes, and some people like more meat, some less.
Exactly right. And I really dislike having to fish the meat out from the bottom of the, so we're not going to do that. On my stovetop, we've had a nice stock going with bones and vegetables that I've had in resealable bags in my freezer, just for such a time as this, for stocks and soups. So that's been going, and I'm going to strain that, get all the other things out, so we have a nice stock base. Okay, so this stock that I've made today has a nice foundation of flavor, but we're going to add some extra spices to it to kind of customize it to make it more Moroccan, okay? I'm going to add a bay leaf, I'm going to add a cinnamon stick, and a couple cardamom pods to start. I'm going to add some peppercorns, maybe 8 or 10. I'm going to add some red chili flakes, maybe a quarter of a teaspoon. Mom has finely minced some nice ginger, fresh ginger. That's going to go in about a tablespoon's worth. I'm going to put a sprinkling of coriander seeds, maybe the same amount as my peppercorns, maybe a dozen of them. I'm going to add about 1/8 of a teaspoon of cumin, dried cumin. If you have cumin seeds, you may very well use them. Just toast them up a little bit first and throw them in. I'm going to use some nice sweet smoked paprika. It adds a beautiful smoky flavor to it. It's a little bit spicy and a little bit sweet. You can use the hot varieties too if you like. I'm going to use about 1/2 teaspoon. It also lends a nice color. Oh, it smells so good, Mom.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
In it goes. Okay, I'm also going to add 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric to it, which also gives a beautiful color. And I'm going to add something called Ras El Hanout, and literally translated that means head of the shop. And so what would happen, this is a Moroccan spice, and I'm going to show it to you. You can check out my review on this stuff, just so that you can get a little bit more background on it. But literally translated, it means head of the shop. And what a spice seller would do back in the day, they would have a whole bunch of really high quality spices, and they would make a blend, and it would be a nice offering. It would be called Ras El Hanout. And each spice shop owner would have their own special way of doing it, just like how people do their own curries and they do their own, you know, all kinds of mixtures. So this is a Ras El Hanout, and I'm going to add about 1/2 teaspoon of this to my soup as well. It's going to give such a beautiful flavor, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what's in here, just so that you have an idea. It goes along with the same themes we've been already adding to it. This has coriander, curry, cumin, fenugreek, ginger, salt, pepper, turmeric, caraway, hot chilies, and that's what this one has in it. So there might be varieties of those mixtures, maybe a little bit different kinds of chilies or whatever, but that's basically what Ras El Hanout is. And it goes.
Smells wonderful.
It sure does. It's very, very savory.
I love the smell of it.
Very savory. It smells in here like we're walking down the streets of Morocco, as you would explain it.
Yes.
Mom's been to Morocco, so she would know.
One man wanted to buy me from my husband.
Oh my God.
He offered him 100 camels. And Dad said, if you make it 100 Cadillacs, I might think about it.
Oh,
Yeah, actually happened.
what are we going to do with Dad? Jeez. Okay, I'm also just going to beef up my curry flavor. I'm going to add a little bit of a mild curry paste, 1/2 teaspoon. You could also add curry powder if you want to. Speaking of camels, I know that you did ride a camel in Morocco.
Yes, I did.
And it got away.
It got away. They usually grab them by the tail to control them. And somehow our guy that was taking care of my camel, he let go or got distracted, and my camel went running down the beach. And I had quite a ride. It was like being on Aladdin's magic carpet.
Wow.
Yeah, somebody had to come after on another camel to slow him down. It was hilarious.
That's an exciting
We had
journey.
some real experiences when we were in Morocco.
Boy.
Yeah.
Okay, so my I just wanted this soup to reduce a little bit because I had quite a bit of stock and I want to concentrate those flavors. But I'm going to add some vegetables now. This is a really quick soup. I mean, this can be done in 20 minutes, provided you already have the stock done, okay? So I'm gonna add some carrots. This was 2 large carrots and Mom diced this into maybe 1-inch chunks for me. In that goes. If you want to add onion and garlic, please do so. We don't always add onion and garlic because some people, it doesn't agree with their diet. So we're not adding it tonight. And I have 2 stalks of celery chopped the same way. And I'm also going to add a can of whole tomatoes, and I'm going to just squish the tomatoes through my fingers into the soup, and I'm also going to add the liquid.
Nice savory soup. It's going to be so delicious. The tomatoes give it some real sweetness.
So we need a little bit of salt here. We're going to be adding chickpeas to this, a little nice big can that's drained and rinsed. And how many potatoes is this, Mom?
5.
5 potatoes Mom cut up into 1-inch dice for me, and they're just in some water right now, keeping their color. So I'm gonna add about, for right now, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, because you can add salt, but you can't take it away. So I definitely need some salt, and we try and reduce our salt intake. So if it's to your own taste, whatever, however much your household prefers or likes.
Right.
But us, we are kind of skimpy on our salt for various health reasons.
And these potatoes are from our garden.
They sure are. We grew them ourselves. Pretty exciting.
So beautiful.
Make sure you check out our tutorial on how to plant and grow or harvest potatoes. I think it'll be at the bottom of your screen.
And it's been some months since you harvested, and they are just still beautiful.
And crisp and firm. They have really done well in our fruit cellar, as well as our squash.
Right.
Beautiful.
Right.
Okay, so keep your salt on standby for later. You might want to taste test later, and you might want some more. So at this point, I am going to let this run for about 10 minutes. I want these root vegetables, the carrots and the celery, to go ahead and tenderize up a little bit. Potatoes don't take quite as long. So I'm going to put the potatoes in about 10 minutes, and you'll see us then. But in the meantime, let this roll on a simmer and just cook those things. Also, it's going to break down the tomato a little bit more into your soup, and that's what we want. Nice. So we'll see you in a minute. Okay, in go my potatoes. I'm just going to drain the water off they've been sitting in, and in they go for maybe 12-15 minutes until they're knife tender.
Right. And you know, if you're preparing the ingredients for your soup ahead of time, you can always do your potatoes as long as they're covered with cold water. You could keep them even overnight if you want to use them. Yeah. In the refrigerator or in a cold place, yeah. As long as the water's covered and they won't turn brown.
Okay, in they go. So these chickpeas are already cooked. They came out of the can, but you could do them from dry to make sure that you soak them overnight and then boil them till they're tender. Now I want to retain the integrity of these guys in the soup. So they're going to go in like 5 minutes before we're serving. It's going to lend a little bit of the flavor, but they're going to stay whole, and that's what I want. If you wanted to put them in earlier, you could even buzz this whole soup up with a hand blender and make it more of a creamy soup. But I want to keep the chickpeas whole today. And again, the duck meat is already cooked. It's just shredded, and we're going to put that in individual bowl. And I've already got a whole batch of rice ready to go if you want to serve it with rice, just to beef up someone's soup.
It's going to be an amazing soup.
Absolutely.
Lovely.
Now, the balsamic comes in. We're going to drizzle some really high quality olive oil on our soup, as well as a drizzle of this beautiful barrel-aged balsamic vinegar. This is from Napa Valley Vinegar Company, and you can find them online at winecountrykitchens.com. Now, this is a super high-quality balsamic vinegar from Modena, Italy, and it's sweet and it's barrel-aged, okay? So it's nice and thick. It almost comes out like creamy, like a syrup, yeah? And that's going to be just drizzled, just a little hint of that on the top. It's going to be absolutely fantastic and kick our soup up to other levels.
Unknown notches.
That's right. That's on some emerald stuff, right? So here we go. That's going to go on at the end. If you're wondering where the balsamic was fitting in, that's where it is. So we'll see you in a couple minutes. Okay, so I'm going to take a knife and just test the potatoes. Okay, so I've taken a knife and I've just tested for doneness with my potatoes. They're nice and knife tender. In go my chickpeas. Give that a good stir. We're gonna let that heat through and kind of combine, but I wanna taste test the broth to make sure that our spices are on point. What a gorgeous color. Oh, that's good. You know what? The salt is just perfect for us. Nice and spicy in every kind of way. Hot spicy as well as savory spicy. Really, really good. 5 more minutes-ish, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and we're ready to serve. We're ready to eat, are you?
Oh, yes,
I'm
hungry.
Here's our spoons.
We worked hard.
We sure did today. We made some beautiful things. We're using our fancy schmancies because it makes me feel Moroccan.
Yes, all the gold.
So, what a gorgeous presentation if you bring this to the table in a tureen. And I just made sure that my cinnamon stick was on the top, and I put some of the meat of the duck in there. It smells amazing. I hope you can see it. Yeah, you can a little bit. It's gonna pour on me. I can't tilt it anymore. But it is gorgeous. It smells delicious. And what a beautiful, beautiful soup. All right, so let's do this. Would you like rice in your bowl?
Yes, I'd like rice. And a little meat.
So I'm just using a basmati rice tonight, like a Thai rice.
Nice. It smells good too. I love rice. It's one of my favorite things.
Well, it's an easy and healthy staple.
And when I'm sick, that's all I want is rice.
I know it. Okay, so let me get you hooked up here, Mommy. Oh, a little bit of meat, a little extra meat.
Yes.
How much would you like?
That's good.
Good? Make sure you get some of those tomatoes. It's a nice liquid.
What a treat. I wish you could smell this. Oh, beautiful.
Okay, so now we're going to finish it off with some beautiful condiments that are going to really kick this up to a really great area. A little bit of plain yogurt. You can, or you don't have to, but I like it. You want some too, Mom?
Oh, yes.
A nice dollop in the center.
Right. Perfect.
More?
No, that's good.
A little dollop of that in the middle.
Gorgeous.
We're going to drizzle a little bit of really great olive oil. This is olio petrocchiochi. Make sure you check out my review on this. It is fantastic, and it's used especially for finishing. Okay, you don't want to cook with this stuff. It's too good for that. Just drizzle, drizzle. Nice healthy drizzle of that. Now for the balsamic drizzle.
It's just going to be a meal fit for a king.
Just a little bit.
Awesome. Beautiful. This is gorgeous, Kim.
Garnish with a little either cilantro leaf or a parsley leaf. And that is something else. Boy, I can't wait.
Dinner in Morocco.
That's right. Cheers, Mom.
Cheers, Kim.
Oh, boy. Oh, Mom, this looks so good. Oh.
That is a triumph, Kim. It is really wonderful.
Thanks, Mom. It's so nice and savory, spicy. All those beautiful flavors of that beautiful Moroccan area. The balsamic kicks everything up. It's like it wakes up the whole soup.
It picks up those, draws out the flavors that you are repeating. It's wonderful.
It draws out the tomato to me. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit tangy.
And the duck. Oh, good.
And that yogurt. Just a little something. Mom, that's so good. The rice can soak up this beautiful juice. And chickpeas make me happy. Anything with chickpeas.
They're so healthy.
That is an awesome soup. That olive oil, the high quality olive oil, wow.
This will satisfy the most discerning guest you might have. You could serve this company any day.
Absolutely. And again, don't forget, you can add onion and garlic if you really want to. That is so good. Everything's done perfectly in there. What a nice combo.
This is amazing.
I'm glad you like it. A little something different, warm you up on a cold night.
Oh, the kids are playing up in the snow, come in all cold. What a treat. Or the adults have been out doing.
The change of meat from a chicken, say a chicken, or something, or beef even, with the duck, really
makes
nice.
it rich and just so delicious.
But you could have just as easily used beef in this too. The broth is out of this world.
You could even use lamb.
Yes, no, lamb is actually ideal for this. Absolutely fantastic. Do you want some? Oh, I'm loving this. This is so delicious. And what a pretty presentation too with that balsamic. It makes such a nice line through.
Design.
Yep. Oh, it's so fantastic with the yogurt. I'm loving this. But I love soup anyway. We're soup heads over here. Well, that's it. Let's finish eating, Mom.
Oh boy.
It's easy to do.
So lovely.
Yep. This soup could take you, again, 20 minutes. Get your rice going. Have some stock already ready. You don't have to make your own stock. You can purchase stock. Or you can just use water. But it is more flavorful with stock. Super delicious. This is pièce de résistance.
Yes, that finishes it off.
This and the duck.
Stands out.
This and the duck to me are what's up. So make sure that you check them out online at winecountrykitchens.com. They have a whole line of these vinegars. This is the one without fruit, but the other ones have fruity flavors. I'll put them on the side of the screen right now for you. Really, really tasty stuff. They've got a Trace citrus and a pomegranate white, blackberry ginger, Bordeaux cherry. They've got strawberry and the barrel aged. Absolutely marvelous. Oh, and did I say Bordeaux? Pomegranate? Yeah, all those. Oh, and vanilla fig.
Oh, yes.
Really, really tasty stuff. So check them out, and it really just kind of zips up your recipes. You know, it gives a really elegant flair and just that little je ne sais quoi that you're really looking for when you want something really tasty.
Something special.
Anyhow, that's how you do it, folks. That's how you cook Moroccan chickpea soup with duck, shredded duck, and balsamic drizzle. You're gonna love it, okay? Check out Mom's website at ingridturnertoday.com. Follow me on Twitter at cookingwithkime with a capital E. Like the fan page at facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. My shows are on ifood.tv/cookingwithkimberly, youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly, and you can find me syndicated on Roku. Come to my website at cookingwithkimberly.com and subscribe. Interact with us and let us know what's going down in your culinary world, all right? Be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Ooh, this is delicious.